Hey, this show is once again brought to you by the Clovercrest Media. Visit clovercrestmedia.com. Also, hey, check us out on our website, HHWShow.com, and then you follow us on Twitter. And in case you missed it and you want more about our podcast and you want to listen to it on the road, by all means, well, tune into your favorite podcast platform and you can listen in to HHW Show. And we're getting ready for the road to WrestleMania, which is happening on the first weekend of April. And this is it right here, man. This is our takeaway with Edge. Edge came out with a new appearance, with a new theme song. And these are the lyrics right here that we're going to get into right now. And Hector, we've been talking about this before the show started. Like, you were really intrigued by the new look of Edge. So can you tell us more about Edge and what you found out?
This whole new Edge, that I listened to last night, it's like you had to listen to it more than one time on what he was saying, just to get a better understanding of what he's trying to get at. But last night, it didn't seem like he was talking to AJ Styles at all. I felt like he was talking to us, the fans, and it started getting me to think, about two different words that that share similar characteristics. And I thought about the words arrogance and confidence, because them two words have similar characteristics when you talk about assertiveness and the willingness to speak of one's mind. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what Edge did last night to us. He wasn't talking to AJ Styles, because this whole new Edge comes out to a whole different theme song that we don't know. I'm kind of digging it, but to get a better understanding of him, I had to literally look up the words to see what these words were talking about, and look at it, you got it up there. It starts off saying, just step into the dark. It's waiting. Take your vow. It's time. Okay. So is this time for the new Edge to show up? Because Edge in that segment right there in the blue, he got the neon lights blue going on there. He came out and said, he opened up saying, I am better than everyone. He was talking about everyone in that locker room, okay? And this is the new Edge speaking, which is kind of weird, okay? It's time for you to meet your maker, playing God tonight. Now, that kind of got me there, saying playing God tonight, because in his segment last night, he says he now sits perched on his mountain of omnipotence. And for people that don't know what that word omnipotent means, I had to look it up. The quality of having unlimited or very great power. So you're talking about he's playing God tonight. He's talking about he stands on top of everything and everybody, you see? And that the old Edge gave in to the fans, pleasing the fans. And that's what made the old Edge weak, okay? And this new Edge is not going for that, because he is not here to please anybody, okay? And that it was crazy is I think he kind of like, I don't know, I think he's like a hypocrite in a way, because it's like he says that he won't be judged by anyone in the locker room, but yet he will judge us. Like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? To say that. To me, that right there is arrogance. I can understand in a way that, the confidence in him saying that I'm better than everybody in the locker room. Okay, I can get that. You want to be able to stand up for yourself and think that you are better than everybody else. Okay. But as he kept on going and going and everything, that it's just this new persona of his, like he realized that we don't matter to him, and that he will not be, like I said, he won't be judged by anyone in the locker room. But he said he'll be the one to pass the verdict around here. Like this is his whole stage now. And he's the one who's going to play judge, jury, and executioner to everybody, even the wrestlers in the locker room, because he made mention about, the old Edge wrestling Randy Orton and how he tore his tricep from the bone, how the outcome went with Seth Rollins, causing him the Universal title, the match with Roman Reigns in the triple threat at WrestleMania when he got stack pinned. He said, it's pretty much like the new Edge. This would have never happened. To me, this is all arrogance and cockiness, because when you think about arrogance, okay, you're talking about exaggerating sense of one importance and ability. And I think that's what he's doing here. He's taking this a little too far, in my opinion, and I think he's woken up a beast inside AJ Styles. And I can't wait to verbally hear what AJ Styles have to say, because, yeah, we may have a different Edge, but you done woken up a beast inside that little man. And I think the Goliath is going to come out of AJ Styles. And this is going to be one heck of a match at WrestleMania between these two. And I can't wait to see it. So
I noticed that when he's saying playing God tonight, and it's that lyrics in there kind of reminds me of Roman Reigns on SmackDown when he's already saying I'm on God mode.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's
Right.
like where do we? I guess this is the new direction for WWE about being dominant, the dominance of one brand. You know, and you only could create someone else. And the way I see it, and especially God is the creator. That's how I see it, right? We all see it that way. Though the guys that are into the Bible and everything else, God is the creator. He took them 6 hard working days, and on the seventh day he took rest, and then continue on. Is is Edge really the god of WWE Raw? And because no one stepped up to the plate to challenge him, only one person did. Is he trying to recreate AJ Styles? Is it the one of those matches where finally we'll see WrestleMania, them two going at it, and then at the end of the match, we're gonna see a brand new AJ style afterwards?
You know, I
And
just
then
feel
go ahead.
I just feel like Edge is trying to prove something to himself. You know, because like I said, I'm not a fan of him coming back after being inducted to the Hall of Fame. You know, and I know our cohort, Frank, said that he didn't leave on his own terms, which I can understand that. So I think he's trying to prove to himself that he is better than what he used to be before he went into the Hall of Fame, before he won all those championship belts. Because he was pleasing us, but he's not pleasing himself. You see, so
Right.
maybe this is a different. I think this is more for himself, but he's just done something to awaken AJ Styles, and now this is just going to make it even, you know, better for the both of them, honestly. But I think more for himself than for AJ
Mhm.
Styles in this sense.
Okay. Um, Edge could have been probably as close as John Cena as being like the guy to break the record. I think he could have been that guy because Edge to me was probably more favored than anybody else. I mean, this guy was the major spotlight, right? And he's fused with John Cena and everything else. I mean, he captured gold quite often. And you're right, and I agree with Frank on that point. I know you don't like Hall of Famers coming back, but I think we should give Edge an exception because he's still in shape. He doesn't look like he's old. I mean, his appearance at times looked old, but now he got a new look, and like yourself, you got that chinny chin chin of yours. Um, I mean, this guy's athletic and he's making it happen. He hasn't lost his ways in the ring. You know what I mean? Of course, we won't see Edge flying. And of course, as soon as he gets hurt, he's gonna take more time to heal than when he was younger. And but I like this. I do agree for Edge to return. I like this new look. We don't have to hear the same old Edge, with the same theme song. And I think that's why a lot of people didn't like the way John Cena returned because of the fact he came with the same old gimmick, the same old song, and Roman Reigns exploited that, right? But I like this. But I'm curious to see if what direction, well, I'm not say if, what kind of direction this is gonna lead to. Because is this favoring Edge or is this favoring AJ Styles? And here's a quote here before we move on. I like to put AJ Styles in there because he had a response on this one. And he goes, and let me go ahead and zoom it up real quick. And he says, and on Twitter, exercise judgment, grant mercy, sitting on a mountaintop of omnipotence. Excuse me, omnipotence. Don't know where you got this garbage, but one thing I will grant you is fair warning. I'm coming back to WWE Raw next week, and you better prepare yourself. Stupid haircut, dramatic lighting, and all. And so there you have it. And in response to WWE's Twitter, and WWE quoted Edge saying that AJ Styles, if you make it to WrestleMania, you will be judged. So, who's this favorite to? Is it favored for Edge or is it favored for AJ Styles?
in this sense, I think it favors AJ Styles, in my opinion, because to me, I don't. This is just me. I don't feel like AJ needed this match with Edge to put him up on that pedestal because he's been around the world and won championships all everywhere he's gone, and he's already a Grand Slam champion in the WWE in the short time he's back. But
Mm-hmm.
I think this favors him more because now this is going to push him over. Just like he, stepped into that ring, well, the match, I would say, at WrestleMania for The Undertaker to help him solidify the end of his career. I think this is now the roles are reversed here, and I think that's why I feel it's more for AJ Styles. But see, for him to say, for Edge to say, you will be judged, that's where the hypocrisy comes in because Edge said he will not be judged by anyone in the locker room, but yet here you are saying that you're going to judge AJ Styles. See, you can't. To me, that's being a hypocrite. Well, we're not supposed to be judging
Is he
anybody.
really judging him? Because again, we're talking about the lyrics of the song. We're talking
Mhm.
about all the I want to say all the stuff he's saying. All the clues that he's trying to get out. You mentioned it earlier that he's talking about to his old Edge, right? Is the message geared to just him alone and not really directed to AJ Styles? Maybe we got this all wrong. Maybe there's this big miscommunication.
Right.
But to me, from what is explained with the lyrics and what he's saying, that it's about him. It's not really about AJ Styles. But yet now that AJ Styles confronted Edge, he's like, what? You just gonna be a bitch about it? What? Where's this old AJ Styles at? Where's the aggressive? It goes back to the original ruthless aggression that Vince McMahon want his superstars to be.
Right.
The same way John Cena came facing Kurt Angle. I think I would have referred to this picture to Austin Theory because I believe Austin Theory is the next guy. Give it 4 more years, he's going to be the face of WWE. I said that even when he entered NXT. I was like, this guy looks like John Cena already. His body is built that way and everything else. I mean, he started off like the bad guy, and now he's going to be the good guy pretty soon, So, but anyways, I think this is going to change AJ Styles to be a better person, to be better aggression. And really, after this match, and I'm predicting it right now, AJ Styles is going to win, and he's going to move on to be the next WWE champion on Raw.
Yeah,
That's where it's geared to.
I agree with that too. I mean, I think this was best for Raw, honestly. But quickly going back to what you're saying, I do believe listening and reading the lyrics that the new Edge is talking to the old Edge. I do believe that because in part of the lyrics it says, if you believe yours is the only way, then you're the fool who lives to die. Okay, and that says that in the song. So I believe he's telling the old Edge, if you believe that your way was the only way, then you're the fool. And some people may not be in tune with, these wrestlers changing their music, but you have to be able to fit in today's age and what's going to work. And if that means you change, if you're going to change your ways, you change your music too, then so be it. It worked back in the day where your same theme song was going to be you forever,
Right.
but in today's age, things must change. And I get change is good sometimes.
If your
And for,
character changes, so your music got to
right.
change. Right?
And so
And look
yeah,
at Seth Rollins,
yeah,
changed it.
yeah,
Look at Roman Reigns, which
yes,
Roman Reigns said
yes,
it will take time for him to get his new theme song,
yeah.
and it happened.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't like is these remixes, bro. These remixes don't fun. Like Damian Priest. I like his. His is completely redone. I like his, but like Sami Zayn's, come on, man.
No, I think
Sami
it
Zayn
works.
is going back to his original. Once he becomes the good guy, his original theme song is going to come back because it's epic. You can't when the fans are singing it and you have the whole entire arena singing, you can't lose that. Just saying, you can't lose it.
Yeah, and see, I don't like it when you go from face to heel to face, and you keep changing your theme. It's
Mm,
good for people like Roman and for Seth and for especially Edge, who's been in the business for a long time, and we've known
mhm.
that song. You think you know me, But then for him to change it after so many years, almost over decades, and it finally changes, that works. But for Sami
Right.
Zayn to change from blah, 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 it doesn't work. Look at Charlotte Flair, heel or face, it's still that theme. May not have no words to it, but it's that theme that you know who it
Mhm.
is, you know, and
Well,
you
you don't
respect
never
that
know what
character.
you're gonna get out of Charlotte Flair, though. Really,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
that's what's so amazing what her character is, because she could be a bitch or she could be, you know,
yeah.
straight. You know what I mean? You know,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna get that hi, that glamorous look. You're not getting that. She's gonna tell you off.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, more on that, and,
Yeah.
and again, I appreciate that you bringing those lyrics, because now you got me thinking. I need to re-listen to that music and get that feel of it. But let's see if that what we say matches for the next Monday Night Raw when AJ Styles um enters the ring and confronts Edge, because this is going to be very, very interesting.